Righto, so Pokemon Center cards and Pokemon Center exclusive products are seeming to be the hottest investments. Now, if you are new to Pokemon investing or if you're new in the scene, what usually is said by a lot of collectors, and it's a very common kind of train of thought, is that Pokemon Center products are the best purchases you can make in terms of how prices perform. And I'm going to be taking you through that today. Though why it's so important, obviously when we talk about these things, it's not about right or wrong, and there's nothing really definitive what we can say. Like, things can change on a whim. I mean, Pokemon Center products right now are performing really well, but maybe if everyone catches wind of that in 3-4 years time, they could be made redundant. Maybe they're not going to be as strong as an investment. But right now they really perform well. Now, if you're confused why Pokemon Center products seem to always perform and outperform everything else, there's a few reasons for that. So if you are new and you've never heard of these products, what Pokemon Center products are, they can only be purchased from the official Pokemon Center store. How it usually works is that there is an official Pokemon Center website which has Pokemon Center products. So what happens is you have like a regular ETB, so you'll have an Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer box, and then you'll also have a Obsidian Flames Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box. Now what happens here is that the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box has two promo cards in it. They're both the exact same, but what happens is one of the promo cards has a unique Pokemon Center stamp on it. And I'm going to touch on more why that's so important in a second. Though you also get a few more packs inside, and generally you get kind of more bang for your buck in terms of the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box, right? Now the other caveat being is when these are released, they usually get sold out immediately because everyone wants them. The reason why they're also such a hot investment is even when products get reprinted or restocked, the Pokemon Center exclusive products, like the Pokemon Center ETBs, get far less reprints. They get far less restocks, and they're just much more of a desirable product, which kind of increases the likelihood of the prices going up later down the line. But if it is your first time tuning in, I just want to say hi, my name is Phil. I run this Pokemon investing and Pokemon collecting YouTube channel. Please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Honestly, it'd mean a lot to have you on board. And also, if you are a long-time viewer, please feel free to join channel memberships. They really do help support the channel and help me as a creator as well. When we think of Pokemon Center products, so we have really cool promos. So you've got like the Scarlet and Violet had, Koraidon and Miraidon as Pokemon Center exclusives. Then you had the Pikachu Pokemon Center exclusive promo from Paldea Evolved. And then Obsidian Flames had that incredible Charmander Pokemon Center exclusive promo card. The promo cards of Pokemon Center exclusive products are so elite, man. The reason for that is, and I always say, if you watch my videos, you'll always hear me say this, that Pokemon Center stamps are modern first edition stamps. While it doesn't actually say, hey, this is a first print run of a first edition like they used to back in the day, it really does have that aura about it where you get this beautiful Pokemon Center stamp in the corner. It really makes the prices go up. That little Pokemon Center stamp really makes some of these cards become a gold mine. Now also with Surging Sparks, I believe that the Magneton promo is the best Pokemon Center promo we've ever seen. And in general, I think this is the best promo in an ETB we've ever seen. It's a Shinji Kanda artwork and it's looking absolutely sensational. Cannot wait to get my hands on this. But I'm here right now on some of the prices of these Pokemon Center exclusive promo cards, and it is absolutely absurd. So here we are on the Charmander, and we can see that if we're looking at last year, this was selling for around 25 USD per raw copy. If we go to it today, you can see now it's selling for 72 USD. Pretty much tripling in price. If we pull this into the 3-month graph, you can see that this has had a massive explosion from 43 USD in September. This has now climbed to 72 USD. What's more incredible about this is, these cards are hard to grade as well. So Pokemon Center products, when you get them, people do send them off to grade, but getting a PSA 10 of these is quite hard. Not only that, to buy one of these, you do have to buy this Pokemon Center exclusive ETB, which, doesn't get restocked as much. And because of that, it makes the prices go up. But what's crazy about this Charmander in particular, I was just on eBay before, but these as raw sell a lot, but the PSA 10 versions of these cards get crazy value. And like I said, the Pokemon Center cards, they're just hard to grade. When any promo cards have a very hard time getting graded. And the reason for this is it comes in that little plastic packaging, and the way they're positioned in ETBs isn't that secure. So when you pull them out, they're always very prone to just slight little dings and damages. And of course, even in transport and transit, and when people put them on shelves. However it works, they just don't grade. You're much more likely with promo cards to get PSA 8s and 9s than 10s. And to see what I mean, check out the PSA 10 Charmander's prices on eBay sold listings. This PSA 10 Charmander, the Pokemon Center version, check this out. Sold October 25th, $725. October 22nd, $749. October 18th, it sold for $700. These are crazy prices, man. That's in US as well. So, they're getting incredible prices for these cards. So, you could say as well, when you're looking at some of these products, it is a good idea to, get your Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs, maybe send them in to get graded, because if they are getting these kind of prices, it is wild. And don't forget, they are quite exclusive when they get sent out. It's not an easy product to get your hands on, right? I mean, if you're looking at Pokemon 151 at the moment, that Pokemon Center exclusive ETB is so heavily desired, no one can get their hands on it. And of course, the Snorlax is incredibly expensive. Moving on here, I'm going to the next one. And we can see on the Squirtle. Now, this Squirtle is very interesting. So this Squirtle was done as a unique promo where it was during a time, it was like last year, if you bought a few products on Pokemon Center, I think if you spent either $20 or $50, that you would get this Pokemon Center exclusive Squirtle sent your way as a promotion. Now you can see this price has been a bit more stable. So we're sitting here, the lowest in the market it had in the year was 52 USD, and then it shot up to 92 USD and 89 USD. And now it's sitting at around 76 USD. Though if we're looking at that year graph, you can see that the Squirtle is holding value as well. Sure, it's had this little dip, but generally that graph is looking quite healthy, right? It doesn't look like it has these crazy dips and then crazy spikes. It's looking quite stable. And again, that's why people love their Pokemon Center exclusive products. Moving forward, we can see the Pokemon Center exclusive Snorlax. Now, Pokemon 151 at the moment is exploding, and I'm on that year graph right now, and you can see what has happened with this Snorlax as of late. It is just shot up in value. I'm going to pull that in the 6-month graph. Now you can see that this was sitting around June this year for 48 USD per raw copy. And if you pull that in right now, that's selling for 96 USD. Literally $100 for a raw copy of a card. And that is just because it is a Pokemon Center exclusive promo. And you can see it has that beautiful Pokemon Center stamp in the corner. I have to admit, I really, really rate that Pokemon Center stamp. For me, it just makes such a big difference for the collector. If you love collecting, that just adds that like ace level, right? And I love my promo cards, man. I did make a video of the top 10 best promo cards ever, and you can actually see that right here, and you can see why I love promo cards so much. To me, promo cards really make collecting unique because they're released in such small time periods. Cards that I really love as promo cards as well is EB Games promos. So if you haven't heard, there's EB Games. So, in US and Canada, you guys have GameStop, but in Australia, we have EB Games. Now, what's really unique is that when Australian cards get released for promos, we don't get the GameStop stamp. We actually get the EB Games stamp on them, which makes them so much more unique and valuable, right? So I really love my unique promo stamped cards, and this Snorlax is absolutely fantastic. And you can see the price for it is crazy. Like if you bought a Pokemon Center 151 ETB on release, that's looking like that card's already just holding that value for you. It's pretty wild to see the price of this card. Moving forward on the Pokemon Center exclusive Pikachu from Paldea Evolved. Now, this is actually the first card of the Scarlet and Violet era, not the English version. So the Japanese version was actually the first card ever released for the Scarlet and Violet era, and it is really, really cool. It's a very gorgeous artwork, but you can see this is also having a crazy price increase. If we pull this in here, from April, it was selling for 16 USD per copy, and you can see right now at the end of the year, it's selling for 40 USD. It is a very, very expensive card at the moment. That's crazy. That's hitting some special illustration rare prices, right? I mean, it's just a Pokemon Center exclusive promo, but then again, it is Pikachu, right? And this is why we always talk in Pokemon investing, and a lot of people talk about it. Your Pokemon Center exclusive products, they just hold value because those promo cards keep increasing in value over time. So, when a raw copy is guaranteed inside a box, as the years go on, you're 100% guaranteed to get this Pikachu in that Paldea Evolved Pokemon Center exclusive ETB. Because of that, the price of the sealed product also goes up. Now, this is crazy, but don't forget the PSA 10 copies of these also sell for astronomical amounts, right? And there are collectors that love these, man. Don't forget, I'm one of them, right? I love my Pokemon Center products. They They're just so cool, so unique, and I'm so glad that in Generation 9 they actually added the Pokemon Center stamp on the promo cards. Previously, like with Crown Zenith, I mean, you could argue that there's not even that much reason to get the Pokemon Center exclusive ETB because you get more unique sleeves, you get a few more packs, but you know, the promo card is the same. With these Scarlet and Violet products, you do get that stamped promo, and that really makes the value just go so high because like I said, when the copy of the card is worth so much, that sealed product is just going to rise. It doesn't matter if the booster packs are junk inside, it all matters about the promo card and how much that can fetch. Now moving on to the Miraidon, you can see that that is also going crazy. Look at the end of that graph there. That is really climbing high in value, but we can see right here in May or April this year, it was selling for around 22 USD. I'm going to pull that in the 6-month graph, and you can see right here around July, I was selling for 24 USD. No movement whatsoever, and you can see right now that's selling for 34 USD. In the last month, that is just climbing so steadily. What is the ceiling for these products? You really got to ask yourself that, because what happens, you know, are they going to get reprinted? Is there going to be always these little restocks and people have to be really quick to try grab them? Because these cards can really climb high in value depending if the stock completely gets dried out and no more restocks or reprints are there. You know, everyone's fighting for what's left out in the world, right? So it is really interesting because this promo without the Pokemon Center stamp is worth nothing. It's not even that expensive. It's a very easy to acquire card. Whereas when it has that stamp, it really makes that value. Now we're sitting on the Koraidon as well, and you can see literally from May this year it was selling for 13 USD, and you can see this has climbed all the way to 32 USD. These are pretty enormous price increases, man. And guys, you got to remember, whenever something like this happens, it inspires more confidence for collectors and investors to buy Pokemon Center exclusive products. Now we can see it, right? At the start of this year and last year, everyone was saying, are these Pokemon Center exclusive products going to rise? There was a little bit of doubt, but most people knew that they were going to go up in value. Now we're seeing, hey, this is playing out in real time. It's giving a lot of people confidence, you know, for Surging Sparks and all these other promos that are going to come out with amazing cards. It really gives people confidence to buy these Pokemon Center exclusive products because, you know, in a few years' time, people are just going to say that promo card inside the box is going to be more valuable than the retail price of the ETB. Moving forward, we can also see the Noctowl from Stellar Crown. Now, interestingly, when I was looking at Stellar Crown, I was looking at this Noctowl, I'm like, I don't know if I love it that much, though I did pull this in Stellar Miracle, the Japanese version, and when I saw it in person, I was like, wow, I was actually taken back. It actually is a really cool looking card. But you can see the Pokemon Center version as well was selling at 17 USD, and now it's selling at 20 USD. These are still quite available. You can get them quite easily. I wouldn't be thinking that this one is going to rise too much, but next year, looking at this graph, it's going to be super exciting. And in fact, I'm actually going to put a note that next year around this time, I'm going to look at the price of this Noctowl, and I guarantee if it follows the same trend, you know, this could be a 40 to 45 USD dollar card if it follows that trend. So I'm going to put that note there, and I will make a video next year. I'll put like maybe the soundbite of what I'm talking about now, and then next year you can see that it will be very likely that this Noctowl will likely increase in value given the fact that it is so exclusive. Now moving along, the Screamtail Pokemon Center exclusive. Now this is from Paradox Rift ETBs, and you can see here that this one's selling for 16 USD, and the low for this was $9. So again, it has increased quite a lot, but then again, this one is really well priced. In fact, I think this is quite undervalued at the moment, and given the fact that it is quite cool, Screamtail obviously isn't as popular as other Pokemon, but you know, it could also have that rise in the future depending how things pan out, right? Now moving along with the Mimikyu from Paldean Fates, you can see that right now this is selling for 15 USD, but you know, in May this year, I was selling for $4. Now, what's really interesting is Paldean Fates is really seeing some interesting things happen. That Mew is going really high in value. If those other special illustration rares go up, I think Paldean Fates could be a really beloved set in the future. Now, this Pokemon Center exclusive promo, you know, could also rise with that hype. Though with all that said, you know, it is quite a common thread within Pokemon collecting and Pokemon investing that a lot of people talk about Pokemon Center exclusive products. Now, if you're interested why you should always opt for Pokemon Center exclusive products over the regular ETBs, I explain that in detail within this video here. Within this video, I cover the 4 greatest Pokemon investing mistakes that you don't want to make, and I really cover that topic in detail, why Pokemon Center exclusive products are far better than regular ETBs. If you're interested in that topic and you want to learn more about it, click that video that's appearing on screen and I'll see you there.